Looking to learn life lessons without going through the experience? You've come to the right place. Welcome to Hidden Struggles with your host, Lady C.
Hey, this is Lady C. I just wanted to come out on my channel and talk about security and knowing your surroundings. This has always been a pet peeve of mine. You know, going to the doctor, being at the grocery store, being at the pharmacy, and people are shouting out your name and asking you for your personally identifiable information. And I bring this up because of what happened to me at the store yesterday, me and JT. So we're at the store and, there's people in line behind us and we don't know who these people are. And you're trying to be discreet as the guy is taking your order and he's asking you, for your phone number. And I'm one of those people that's like, oh, don't give my phone number out, or I don't want to give anybody my phone number while I am standing with all these people around, right? So sometimes I'll just slip them the piece of paper and then basically with my number on it, so they ain't got to be yelling it all out in the store, right? So then JT kind of like discreetly gives our telephone number and everything. So I'm like, okay, so that was good. I was like, okay, great, this is wonderful, So then the guy puts our phone number in the system, and then he pulls up all of our information. He begins to yell out, are you so-and-so and so, and are you still located at 125 Sunset Boulevard? So, everybody in the store, has all of your information. Now, of course, the average person is not going to be walking around trying to stalk somebody in the store or trying to, get to somebody's house, from their experience of seeing them in the store. But you can never be too careful, right? The biggest thing I find, though, is at the doctor's office, because where your hardware store, your local hardware store, they may not be, like giving you a privacy statement about we're not going to ask for your information in front of all these people, but you get these privacy statements from the doctor and the pharmacy. And they're like always sending you these privacy statements about how we're not going to share your information with people and all this kind of stuff. So I remember being at the doctor's office and even after all this information about we're not going to share your information, then you go to sign in for your appointment. So you got to put your name down, and then they want you to put your birthday down, And so I told the lady, I said, look, you got my name on this piece of paper, but you're not going to get my birthday too, because that's privacy information. And I'm putting it on the sheet where other people can come up here, see my name and my birthday and whatever, So she says, oh, well, don't worry about it. Just put your birth month and your birthday. Don't put your year. Or then one time she told me, oh, it's okay because, we're going to go ahead and scratch it off immediately. But to me, you shouldn't even have it on the sheet at all, right? Because this is personally identifiable information. And so the other issue I have is when I go to the pharmacy, because one time I went to the pharmacy and there was like 10 people in line behind me. So first of all, you got to give them your name because they got to be able to pull you up in the system. Then you got to proceed to give them your birthday and they want to verify your address. So what I've been doing with that situation is I would actually just hand them my ID. Because I'm looking around, I'm like, you gotta be kidding. I gotta give you all of this personal information about myself in front of all these people in this line. And I don't think, you think about that. But just think about it the next time you're in the store, at the pharmacy, the next time you are at the doctor's office, and the kind of information they're asking you to produce in front of all these people. And like I said before, I don't think that the average person is a stalker where they're going to be trying to, follow you home. But I do know one time I was in the grocery store and, my local grocery store had this habit of trying to show personalization. So the cashier takes my receipt after she prints it out. She looks at my receipt because, you whenever you want to get those little discounts, you gotta be signed up for that. So you put your little phone number in or you give them your grocery card. So that's how she had my name, So she prints out the receipt and then evidently somebody in her office decided that, whenever you take care of a customer, repeat their last name and say, "Oh, Miss Jenkins, thank you for your business," right? Okay. So now at that point, everybody in line that just heard her mention your last name, they know your name too, right? Because they're standing right there. So if this person had been following you around the store and you didn't realize it, and now you're at the checkout, now they know your last name. That actually happened to me. So the man that was behind me in the grocery store line started yelling my name as I was walking out of the store. And I turned around and I said, "Don't do that." I said, "Because you're invading my privacy. She gave you my name, and now you're going to try to take advantage of that and follow me out the store, stalking me." And so I try to tell people, be careful, because too many times we're connected to these smart devices too much. And we don't see who is walking behind us, who could be stalking us at a store or whatever, or wherever we may be. So be careful, be conscious of your surroundings. Whenever someone is stating your name, make sure that you're looking around to see who is picking up on this information, because too many times we don't pay attention to that, because now this person has your name. They're following you to the parking lot. Now they see what kind of car you're getting ready to get into, and all the things that you don't want them to have is right there at their fingertips. So I tell people, you're not being paranoid, and especially for women, we can't be too careful out here. And I have another experience of a friend of mine. She was actually at the grocery store, and she was celebrating her birthday, and she was walking around the store doing shopping, and she was picking up a birthday cake. Unbeknownst to her, there was a guy in the store that had been following her around. And I don't know if he was just stalking whatever woman he could pick up or whatever, but the bottom line was he ended up getting to the cashier. When she went to go check out the cashier, he had paid for her cake because he knew exactly what cake it was and everything. But she did enter into a relationship with this guy, and he didn't stay around long. So I don't know what his intentions were. I don't know if he just needed a place to stay at the time or whatever. But the bottom line was he was right there walking around that store, following her around, paying for her cake at the counter. So when you think about it, you don't know who's watching you. You don't know who's taking down information. So I'm just saying, if you are in customer service, or you're working at a pharmacy, a doctor's office, or you are a consumer, be careful how you give out other people's information in a public place. This has been Lady C. Thank you for being in my audience, and I'll see you on the next video.